What's up YouTube, Joel here, and today we've got a banger for you guys. We're going over weapons with insanely high damage output, and I'm going to give you two full loadouts that hit like an absolute tank in Warzone. We're not going to waste any time, so like the video, drop a sub, and lock in because you're going to want to try these builds. First up, we get the Model L and the Tanto. The Model L does 44 damage per bullet, and the Tanto does an insane 60 damage per bullet. Just watch right here how good these can be, and then I'll show you the build after.
UAV is online.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's hard to hit with it, but that thing hits. The Tanto absolutely hits. Let's go push him real quick. He's just sitting there. He's gonna be a bot. He's waiting for somebody to come out of bio. Let's see the range on this. Yeah. All right.
Enemy dropping into the AR. Copy. Longbow 3-1 on approach. Strike inbound. Enemy soldier incoming.
All right, we had a ping over here a second ago. Let's see if anybody's in here. Yeah, I mean, the Tanto's very kind of difficult to use, but once you can kind of figure out the pattern on it, and I mean, there I was a little shaky, but you can definitely start to feel why it's like as good as it is. Yeah, we'll take that. You can feel the amount of damage it's doing. Like, it's definitely the Tanto. Ooh, we got people here. One was low.
25 are still active in the AR.
Yeah, I mean, if you can like play with the Tanto smart, use a little bit of movement,
UAV is online.
and be prepared for that kind of wicked side-to-side bounce, it's really not that bad. The amount of damage it's doing is just crazy.
Yo, I can't grab my gun.
No, you can't grab your gun. Sorry, buddy. Oh my goodness.
Precision airstrike standing by.
These people want to grab their guns? That's crazy. Not in this lobby, buddy.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the hostile UAV in the area.
Whatever, we can just go get a fresh advance anyways. Ooh. From behind is crazy. From behind is crazy work, bro. All right, can we get this advanced UAV? This is on our level.
Enemy UAV.
He's got to be over here, right? Now it says he's down. Broke him. Bro, this is turning into more of a Tanto gameplay. This thing is so good. Not on top level.
Enemy.
Not sure why you landed back in here, buddy. Your game's over now. Had a ping like center of, yeah. I was gonna say, I had a ping like center of the building here.
Enemy UAV.
Get him out.
Enemy UAV overhead. Fire sales done. Price to the back to normal.
Was that the guy that killed us earlier? I don't think he picked up the phone. Well, he's dead here, so. Do we try to go back and find the phone? He may have never picked it up. Yeah, the phone may not even be worth it at this point. I still want to go fight these people, but
No more second shot.
top level. Is he inside?
Mission timeline expired. UAV exiting the AO.
Okay, here's the build for the Model L. This thing is insanely accurate and does a ton of damage. First, we're going to put on an optic. You can use any optic you like. I have my preference right now is the OM392 Hollow. And then I obviously put on the reticle from Zombies, the last reticle from Zombies. It's really, really clean. Then we're going to put on a muzzle. We're going to go with compensator. This is going to give you a lot of vertical recoil control, which really helps out with this gun. Next, we're going to go with the reinforced barrel. This gives us bullet velocity and damage range, which is great for this gun. It doesn't do a ton. This thing doesn't have the fastest TTK in the world, so having a little bit of extra range and a little bit of bullet velocity helps you hit those shots. It's really, really good with the reinforced barrel. Next, we're going to go with the underbarrel. I add vertical foregrip to pretty much all of my ARs for the most part. It's going to give us horizontal recoil control, and this thing is very, very good. So now we've done a lot of vertical recoil control, and we're getting a lot of horizontal recoil control. And then obviously we're going to add extended mag 2 as well for the 50 rounds. Now, I will say there are times where it feels like I'm running out of ammo right as I'm about to kill somebody. So I wish there was a bigger magazine on this, but the 50 round drum gets the job done in most situations. Now for the Tanto, we're going to go ahead and add the compensator. This is going to really help with recoil because this gun has a ton of bounce all over the place. If you can lock that in a little bit and learn it, this gun becomes really, really good. Next, we're going to go no barrel. We're going to go with an underbarrel, the vertical foregrip, again, for recoil control. It does a ton of damage. It's got really good damage range. It just really needs a lot of help with that recoil control. And then obviously we're going to go with an extended mag. We're going to go with extended mag 2 for the drum mag, 50 rounds. And then we're going to go with a stock here as well. I'm going to go with the infiltrator stock. Infiltrator stock is probably my favorite stock to add to any SMGs right now. It really gives you a lot of aim walking movement speed, which when you're fighting with your SMG, you really should be doing is when you're aimed down, you should be strafing side to side. And this helps out giving you more speed, making you harder to hit. And then last is going to be recoil springs in the ammo or in the fire mods attachments here. This is just going to help lock in that vertical and horizontal recoil even more, making this gun a little easier to use because it's very, very difficult. But once you lock that recoil in, you are going to be slamming people. Now in the firing range, you can see the Model L shoots really straight. It doesn't have the fastest TTK in the world, but you can just see it shoots straight and it hits really, really hard. Up close, it gets a little better. Once you get extended out to range, it's, you know, you kind of have to hit a lot of bullets. But in the mid-range to close range, this thing is very, very good. And you'll see in the gameplay, it's really fun to use. And then with the Tanto, we're going to check out the recoil pattern here real quick. It's actually not that bad of a recoil pattern once we've built it the way we want. It obviously has a good amount of vertical recoil, but that's because the fire rate's really slow and it's just going to eventually build up and build up and build up. But you have an initial up and to the left and then pretty much up and to the right, and that's really easy to deal with. The problem is that slow fire rate when an enemy starts moving side to side and you're only going do 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 do. You're kind of having to like adjust your aim way too much, and that's where it starts to feel really bouncy. But if you can get used to that and lock that in, it feels really good. So I'll show you on the dummies here. Like, it kills really quick. It's what? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullets to the chest with the SMG. The problem is you have to hit those 5 bullets. And so it kills really quick once you actually get used to how it aims. And as you saw in the gameplay, this thing can be really dominant if you hit with it. Okay, next we've got the ABR paired with the Jackal. Both weapons do 48 damage per bullet, making this loadout insanely powerful. Watch how good this loadout can be, and then I'll show you the build for both.
online. Enemy UAV over.
Priority tasking request received. We're done.
Enemy UAV is online. Fire sales over. Adjusting prices.
All right, here's the build for the ABR. This thing hits surprisingly hard, even though it just got nerfed recently. First, we're going to add the fire mod for the fully auto rapid fire attachment. Trust me, it's going to be good. Next, we're going to add an optic. Again, choose whatever optic you like. This one comes with a default optic that I don't really like that much. So we're going to go back with the OM392 hollow, and we're going to customize the reticle with the zombies reticle. It's just my favorite reticle in the game right now. We're going to go no muzzle on this build. We're going to go with a barrel. It's going to be the long barrel to really try to extend that damage range out. We're going to go with an under barrel, the vertical foregrip to help bring in some of that horizontal recoil control. And then we're going to go with the magazine for extended mag 2 to get us that 60 round mag. And for the Jackal, this was one of the first meta SMGs we had when BO6 integrated with Warzone, and now it's back with a vengeance. For this build, we're going to go slightly different on the Jackal. We're going to go with an optic because I don't really love the iron sights on this weapon. So we're going to go Kepler Microflex. We're going to go compensator for the muzzle. We're going to go no barrel on this one, and then vertical foregrip to help lock in some of that horizontal recoil control. We're going to go with the extended mag 2, and then instead of the infiltrator stock, I want to try and speed up the sprint to fire speed on this one. So we're going to go with CQB grip, which does dive to fire speed, slide to fire speed, sprint to fire speed, and jumping sprint to fire speed. This thing's going to be really, really quick up close. Now, the ABR caught a couple of nerfs recently, and I think a lot of that had to do with the 3-round burst attachment. But when you put this thing in full auto with the rapid fire attachment, it is very, very good. You'll see here, the ABR is surprisingly good on these dummies. Even though it doesn't have the fastest TTK at all the ranges, up here, you can see it's 0.544, which is really, really competitive up close. The medium range dummies are a little slower, but still very competitive. And then obviously this first one feels really, really good. This will be perfect for like Rebirth Island, I think. And then for the Jackal, this is just one of the all-around best SMGs right now. A lot of pro players are using this for World Series Warzone. A lot of people are pub stomping with it, and it's very, very, very good. Now, if you need more loadouts to try in Warzone that are insanely good right now, check out this video right here where I compare the most picked Warzone loadout against one of the lowest picked Warzone loadouts, and you'll be surprised how good both are.